Signal. How are you doing tonight? That was Bert. Oh, N7CS, is that it? Yeah, this is Bert N7CS. How are you guys doing? Doing great tonight. I thought I heard me check in from Port Angeles tonight. I'm trying a new and different antenna in the window, so apparently someone's really helpful in making sure that it sort of works. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas today, so connecting via Echolink. Wasn't sure if the net's actually going to happen tonight or not. Well, I'll go ahead and see who joins us at 8 o'clock. A couple people said they would join us if it was here, so I wasn't sure if I could make it or not until about an hour and a half ago. Looks like I can, so we'll just see what happens here. Jessica KF7HK, I'd like to join, but is anyone going to send out a Zoom invite KF7HK? Oh, that reminds me, I should log on and see. I don't know if Richard will be joining us tonight or not. If Richard does not join us, then I guess the answer will probably be no. But let me see what I can do. Give me 4 minutes. He just sent it out. Invitation has been sent out. K7ITX. Richard, thank you so much. WW7N standing by for net at the top of the hour. This repeat will be it for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. For 1 hour starting at 8 p.m. If anyone needs to use this repeater for a contact at QSY or any other priority traffic, please say so. This is WW7N. KF7HK. I have not seen the invite yet, but I'm standing by KF7HK. Well, it went out, and I'm sure you are on the list. I'll take another peek. K7ITX. Like Father Christmas himself, KF7HK. Hello, Jessica, K7ITX. Thank you so much, KF7HK. Good evening, Puget Sound. My name is James, and I'll be net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society tonight. This net meets on this repeater for the audio channel for about an hour starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. That's the West Coast of the United States on Wednesday and Saturday evenings. We use this repeater for our audio channel, and we also use 70 centimeters for analog input and 1.2 gigahertz for our analog video output. Don't necessarily need to be an NTSC video person to join our net. Everybody's welcome. Anyone with an amateur radio license can join us. You can either check in to say hello and check out again, check in to say hi and just listen in, or join us for the entire net. If you are not a regular, we'll just let me know what it is so I know whether to skip over you or not. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio operators who take to the airwaves with fast cams, NTSC, analog video. You can find more information about us on the ever helpful internet by searching on Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Now during this net, you can see the video that we're talking about by looking at the WW7ATS website. Click on streaming. There sometimes is a significant delay with that output, however. So the video output can also be viewed directly on YouTube. Please understand that we can't monitor and respond to all comments real time due to the delay. Video is also transmitted, as I said, on 1.2 gigahertz on the east side here in Bellevue. So, kicking us off here, I see quite a few people joining. Merry Christmas. We have Ron, KD7QKU. We've got Jessica, KF7UHK. Did I hear Lee, N7KC? Lee, are you there? N7C at Bert in sunny Las Vegas. Richard, K7ITX. Ray, W7ITL. Jim, N7QO. And myself, WW7ATS. Did I miss anyone, or does anyone else want to check in at this time? Okay, let's start at the top of the list. Ron, KD7QKU. Merry Christmas. Take it away.
Okay, thank you very much, James. W7N in the group. This is KD7QKU coming to you from Tacoma. We're at home tonight, and I see Jessica. I'm wondering if she might be in her trailer, but I'm not sure. But we'll find out. So let's see. Merry Christmas to you guys, and of course Happy New Year. So we started off the day. We drove out to my son Mike out on the Key Peninsula, and we had brunch. So, oh man, the most delicious food you can imagine. So Joanne always is asked to bring a breakfast casserole. She brings a really nice breakfast casserole. And then my daughter-in-law made something that I've never had before. I mean, I've kind of had it, but not like that she made it. It was sort of like biscuits and gravy, and it was in a casserole dish, and it was cooked. And it was the best biscuits and gravy I ever saw. I'm telling you, it was so good. And then there was 2 quiches, and the quiches were delicious. And then Mike's father-in-law makes the best cinnamon rolls. Oh my goodness. They're large and they're gooey, and they have almonds on them. I guess, no, let's see, no, they have, well, I can't say what they have on them, but anyway, they're just sugary and so sweet. They're just right. I mean, they are so good, you just can't eat one. And then Mike cooked up a whole bunch of bacon. It was really good bacon. So I'm telling you, my plate was heap full, and I ate till my eyes bulged, and then of course you get sleepy. And then we had a few gifts. We're not big on gifts. Let me let it drop. So we're not too big on gifts. We always bring a gift for kind of a white elephant thing, you know, where we put them all in the middle of the floor. Have a $20 limit on it. And then we draw numbers, and of course the first person has to open one, but then after that you can steal the present from the other people or take one. And it gets going pretty good sometimes, so we have a lot of fun. We had 3 grandkids there. They range in age from about 5, I think, 8 or something. Really nice kids, great grandkids. And Cameron and Marley and Wyatt. So anyway, and they're really good kids and well behaved. And then of course it snowed and the kids got to go outside. It didn't really hardly stick, but it snowed really hard for a couple of times. So that's it for now. So back to that KD7QT.
Thank you very much. Well, let's go next on the list to Jessica, KF7UHT. Take it away, Jessica.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Winter Solstice to everybody out there. Jessica, KF7UHT up here in Everett, where it's cold outside. We had a little bit of snow last night, and it just kind of, I think we still have snow in the garden in the back of the condo here. But tonight, I'm not much of a drinker, but tonight I'm drinking some butterscotch schnapps and Bailey's Irish cream mixed together, and I'm telling you, it's like candy. And then I was putting some of Sylvia's tequila in it, and it's so smooth it doesn't smell like a nail polish remover. It's the only reason I try it. It's like, this has no smell to it. It must be good. And you put that in there too, and it just kind of really, it puts the octane, turns up the octane really high. So that's been kind of fun. But it puts you to sleep. To me, it puts me to sleep really quickly. Yeah. So let's see. I have a new computer here. It's not really new. It's Sylvia's old computer that I took over because she got a new computer, a new desktop computer with nice big screen, so she can do camera work and picture work. So I took over one of her old laptops. So no more am I using the old Windows 7 machine that had the extra fans underneath it in a cardboard box and thermostats to keep it from going onto blue screen. So that's kind of an upgrade, but the screen's really fuzzy here. I don't know why. It's just a funky camera system on this little laptop. So I'm going to pass it back now. This is Jessica, KF7UHK.
KF7UHK, Jessica. This is Dave, net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, WW7. Let's go next down the road to beautiful Las Vegas, where Bert's hanging out. N7CS. Take it away, Bert.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I just have the view outside my outside window instead of pointed at me right now. I'll do it a little bit later, but I guess I'm looking at, I can't see what I'm actually pointing at other than what's coming through on the YouTube stream. It looks pretty blurry there, so I don't know if it's coming out all that well or not, but the hotel directly in front of us, I probably know which one that one was, but I don't remember. But yeah, well, it's Las Vegas. Let's see what else is going on. So funny story. I found out one of my aunts was actually in Las Vegas also for Christmas, so we ended up having dinner with her yesterday. Had no idea. I just saw something on Facebook where she mentioned she was in Vegas, so contacted her. So we were able to meet up with my aunt that was in Texas yesterday, completely at random. Didn't know she was coming up there. But yeah, so just fun stuff like that. My wife and I are here this time just by ourselves. Last time we were here, my wife brought a bunch of her sisters with her. But yeah, probably for now, more latest results. Not in Vegas, in Las Vegas on Equinix, in N7CS Equinix.
Good, N7CS Equinix. Thank you so much. And let's go next to WW7ATS. I think this is going to be here all the way around tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, James. I'll make it real quick. Let me put my radio on here, and so see if it'll switch over. So yeah, it sounds like Ron, you had a pretty good time out there with your family, and you got to have some really good bits with some gravy, and elephant exchange. That sounds really good. And you got to see some grandkids. Awesome. And then that's good. Sounds like you got to drink a little schnapps, butterscotch and baby, and you got a new laptop. You got a new laptop. I'm sure you'll get your video thing squared away. I've been doing the same with families, just hanging out and eating lots of good food, and just got back from my daughters, and we hung out with her family, and with her mom. Let's see, what else did I do today? Just watched some Christmas movies, the Watch a White Christmas, the 1954 version, and just getting ready to settle down for the evening. So with that said, turning that back to James, this is WW7ATS.
Well, we so appreciate you checking in with us this evening. You can't stay for the whole night. Welcome anybody to check in and say hello. So let me pause for a minute. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Does anyone else like to check in at this time? Okay, let's go back up to
I heard you pass it to me. Got kind of scratchy there, James. So we'll keep your eye on the ball when it's your turn again. We'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down or how that goes. So anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. It's great to see Bert. Bert, your video was totally fine. It's my HDMI conversion for the Grandstream that I need to upgrade, actually. I'll be talking to probably both you and Wade especially. I noticed Wade last net when he did the conversion. His looked a lot clearer than what I'm using, so I'll be kind of curious after the next day or two and talk to him about the cleaner conversion. But I know I still got my kind of blurry camera, and I need to talk to Ron about his $12 special. But like Ron, we and a lot of everybody, we got together with our family last night at Debbie's mom's by Ron and Wade's house, and had just a really, really fun time. Kind of like you, Ron, we try to get things started as early as possible so we can get out of there before it gets too dark. Of course, it was still dark when we got out of there, but at least I wasn't too sleepy or anything like that. And it snowed off and on here, but never really stuck. So I guess it's just going to be the big freeze that we have to contend with. Let's see, so we're 33 degrees right now. We had a high probably at midnight around 37, and so this is probably the highest it's going to be for a while. So with that, and thanks a lot, James, for running the net tonight. Really appreciate that. K7ZYM, K7ITX. Oh, wait a minute. WU7N, K7ITX back to net control.
That's okay, Richard. K7ITX. This is James, WU7N at control. So next on the list here is with Jim, N7QO. Take it away, Jim.
N7QO. Thank you, Jim. Well, good evening, everyone. Wade and Lee, if you're still listening by chance, thanks for checking in. I'm glad everything's okay for now. Good luck with the cold weather tonight. Let's see. Bert, thanks for coming to us from remote location there. That's good. Thanks for the view out the window. That's pretty cool. I forgot which hotel that is that you're looking at right there. But to the left of that, it's Paris. I'm not quite oriented in Vegas. I haven't been there for a while. Let's see, Ron. Wow, good victuals. Interesting. I think the big thing is the secret herbs and spices, all of the secret ingredients that make these foods. I don't know what to do with the ingredients. Sometimes it's like different meat, maybe spicy meat or something. I don't know. cinnamon roll. I had some that they had like yummy raisins in there. You can kind of tell raisins because they're a little squishy when you chew on them, but anyway, it sounds like you had good cinnamon rolls there. Lots of good food. I'm sure all of us envy that. Jessica, when you first took a drink on that, I thought maybe it looked like a little bit like a watered-down margarita. Oh, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, what's that? It can't be a margarita. And it's butterscotch schnapps and Bailey's. I'm going to have to try that. I have to reset. I'm going to have to try to mix some of that up sometime. That looks like an intriguing beverage. Let's see. Yeah, Jim, thanks for doing the net. Dick, thanks for what you're doing there. And back to you for now, Jim, and 7QO.
Jim and 7QO, this is James, WW7N in Northeast Bellevue. Thank you very much for that. Stand by one moment, please. Okay, well, I've got some interesting beeps and burps on my computer now, and apparently, for some reason, Windows 10 wants to inform me that we're going to have some weather in here. I think everybody knows that at this point. So, anyway, Ron, family, fun, eating, and of course, for entertainment value, there's nothing quite like kids. So it sounds like you had it all here today. Good for you. And Jessica, you beware of the drinks that taste like candy. I run that, I think, when I was about 16. You saw it just to be Reese's peanut butter cup until I tried to stand up. And I know you're going to miss it, but no more cooling box under the Windows 7 machine. I mean, just for sheer entertainment and challenge value, that's pretty impressive. Let's see, the $12 special camera Ron has reminds me of the story of the $2 special. Very good author wrote up a story where he and a friend went out to someplace in the Bronx, to some seedy little convenience store at 1 o'clock in the morning. The guy didn't speak any English at all. They were trying to buy beer, and he said, no, special. So they bought for sometimes $4 these brown bottles that have wax dripped over the tops of the corks. He lost track of his and didn't find him, and he woke up someplace he'd never been before, completely naked. And so when he connected with his friend, he went back to the store to say what was in that, and someone had burned the store to the ground. So, I guess that marketing experiment really didn't work out well. But anyway, that makes a good Christmas time story, doesn't it? So anyway, well, that's my contribution to that so far for what it's worth. Let's go back to the top. Ron, KD7QKU. Take it away, Ron.
Well, this is KD7QKU again. Well, James, that was a pretty powerful drink that guy drank, whatever it was. That reminds me when we were a kid and we used to go to the drag races. We were down at the Dalles one time, and this kid got drunk, and he laid on his back, I guess, and puked all over himself, and almost choked to death. And so we, when somebody heard him and got him and, rolled him over and everything, and so we had to lay him on the hood of the car, and never forget it, and we drove him down to the river. And we got a hold of arms and legs, and we waded out in the river, and we kind of doused him, kind of clean him up, because we didn't have a hose. What you don't do when you're young. The rest of us was just about as bad as he was, but anyway, it was a good time. Well, Jess, for some reason, I thought you might be in your trailer tonight. You went and spent Christmas or maybe New Year's at Bill's there last year, so I thought you were going to be reporting from someplace like that. Bert, it's nice to hear from you, and then, see out the window. Things kind of look familiar. I wasn't exactly sure what I was seeing, but I saw the hotel And then Richard, I'm kind of wondering if you got another smoked turkey from the barbecue place, but you didn't mention that. He's shaking his head no, so I guess he didn't. So, so your mother-in-law's not very far from me. Anyway. So what else is new? I don't know what else is new. I didn't get anything really fantastic for Christmas. Jerky and pepperoni and some bottles of wine and a few things like that. Well, like I say, we're not really big on spending a lot of money on each other for gifts. Every now and then, someone will get something that you like, and I got a bottle of wine. It's cheap wine, but I like it. They all know that. So somebody got me a bottle of wine I like. So, and it's nice to see everybody and hear your stories. So, I guess that's about it. It looks like a couple of people maybe dropped out. So anyway, back to that, KD7QKU.
87QKU, this is James WW7ATS, net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society tonight. Well, we circle around back to the top. Let's try Jessica, KF7UHK. Take it away, Jessica.
KF7UHK. Well, I got that Nord Wave 2 synthesizer in the mail yesterday, and it was fortunate because, I knew it was coming, and it was supposed to be on the 24th, but you know how things are and the passes and stuff like that. You didn't know it was actually going to show up, and it did. And it's just a fun keyboard. It's got so many controls. It's like a 747 cockpit. It's got two different LCD readouts on it, and then dozens of knobs and buttons and LED lights. It's quite amazing, and it's got some really wonderful voices in it. So we've been having a lot of fun with that all day long. We got one of those flame-crafted hams from Fred Meyer's yesterday. Poked a bunch of pineapple into it, stuck it in the oven, and roasted a little bit more. Boy, it was delicious. I think we wiped the whole thing out, just two of us. A bunch of years ago, we won a raffle to something in Marysville and won the 3-day trip to Reno. And it was one of these Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday trips, and got to stay in the El Dorado Motel in right downtown Reno. It's like one of the three big ones. And we were there the same weekdays that Columbine happened. I didn't know what a Columbine was until that happened. So we're sitting there, kind of getting over the last night. What happened the last night? We're sitting there on the bed in this high-rise motel, and then saw the whole thing about Columbine. It's like, wow, it just kind of brings back memories. But then a couple of years ago, we went down to Vegas because Sylvia and I always had time off at Christmas time. Went down to Vegas, and neither one of us are gamblers, but it was sure fun to go look at everything else and watch. We were there at New Year's Eve and watched the fireworks go off at the motels, and see all the crazy people out there. So that was a lot of fun. So that reminds me of you over there, Bert. And there's a really great video. There are some videos on like Facebook of things you shouldn't do, things you shouldn't bet on when you're in Reno, and they go through and tell you why and all the different breakdowns of the numbers. So there, just keep your money in your pocket. You'll be richer for it. KF7UHK.
KF7UHK, Jessica, thank you very much for that. And let's go next on the list, which is Bert in Vegas, N7CS. Take it away, Bert.
Okay, since I'm on, how's everybody doing? Okay, that's the first of there. I'm here in Vegas for just another couple of days, so Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so trying to figure out when I'm going to be doing the rest of the time. Until now, my wife and I went to go see a couple of new magic shows. We saw a couple when we were here a few weeks ago, but we saw a few that we had never seen before today. That's pretty cool. It's actually a different way of doing things, or they had a different way of doing things than the others. But yeah, one thing I saw that was interesting is popping up in my Facebook feed. So apparently there's an aerobatic flight place here called Sky Combat 8, and they will actually let you fly a plane, do aerobatic maneuvers. I was thinking about that, but I don't know if I'm going to spend that kind of money to do that, but it sounds really, really cool. Apparently, They use an airplane called the XS-330. I have not heard of that one before. Maybe German somebody has heard of it, I'm not sure. But it almost sounds like if I had my logbook with me, I could actually get like hours log, but I don't know. I didn't bring it. I don't know. Again, spend that much money, then I will get logged if I didn't possible. But anyway, yeah, just kind of see things I have to do. So a couple weeks from now, I'll come back later to the book in Las Vegas on everyone. 7CS, back to that.
7CS, very well. If it involves flying, there's just never any question about it. So I guess it just depends on how you like to lose your money. Let's see, next on the list, Richard, K7ITX. Take it away.
Okay, and so I think our big Christmas present is from me and Debbie's, our son, our oldest son. Well, we only have one son, so he has to be the oldest. But anyway, the biggest present is from him. He is currently repairing. I don't know if you guys recall, you probably do. I had last year, I had 3 water leaks that just sprung, it's pretty, well, it was a bummer, to say the least, but they got fixed promptly. Southwest Plumbing did a fantastic job, but, I had all this drywall repair I kept putting off. Every time we get a hole in the wall from these repairs, I would just put a piece of 8.5 by 11 printer paper over the hole, just staple over the hole. And especially, an alarm hole in the ceiling in the downstairs bathroom, I never covered. In fact, I forgot that it was even there. I mean, when it's right at the top of the doorway, when you walk right in, who looks up? I don't, and so I just forgot the hole was even there. So, but the ones in the wall, they're pretty hard to miss. So what a nice guy. He's down there putting in the drywall and the sheetrock, put in backers so he could screw in sheetrock patches, and he's taping over and putting whatever they spray on, the drywall coating, I guess you want to call it, or for lack of a better word. But it was kind of, and so we needed both 1/2 inch and 5/8. But of course, I don't have it laying around the house, and this is the Christmas Eve. It's not like we were going to, and we're on a tight schedule, so let's go to the nearest place was McClendon Hardware, and plus we'd rather go there, nothing against Home Depot, but McClendon's is just a little bit more homespun and that sort of thing. But of course it's Christmas Eve, you don't have the regulars there, and so of course the drywall is I would say buried against the wall with 2 forklifts with dead batteries in the way. So don't you know, we had to go to Home Depot period anyway, and that was fast. There was nobody in the contractor department, and so it was just, I don't know, you try to be nice and helpful for some of the local talent sometimes, and you just can't do it even though how hard you try. But anyway, it's great that we have both, joints available to help us repair. So, and last but not least, so I was paying very close attention to Jessica's the ingredients in her drink, and right as she was telling me about the tequila, I swear to God I saw a shiver go up her spine, and I'm sure it was from the tequila. With that, Katie said, we're not going to do it again. WW7ATS, that's in that control.
K7ITX, Richard, thank you very much for that. And all I can say is thank you for trying to support the local businesses. You put out a good effort there for Christmas Eve. So next on the list is Jim, M7QL. And Jim, just so you're aware, the last time you were up, you won the channel has a little bit of popcorn on it. It's Christmas, and it's that day and that time of the year. So just so you're aware of that, a little bit of popcorn there. So this is James WW7N, turning it over to Jim N7QO.
7QO, thank you, Jim. Yeah, I have to get back to the shack rather than on FHT. Hopefully before too much more time goes by, I'll be able to do that. Meanwhile, sorry about that. Let's see here. Bert, you're talking about the Extra. That is a very popular aerobatic aircraft, pretty much designed exclusively for aerobatics. I've got two friends who either have or had them, and 330, I'm not really familiar with that. I'm presuming that it may be some two-seat version of it. I don't know. I've got another friend who has an aircraft called a Giles, which is pretty much the same thing. But, that would be kind of fun if you like doing aerobatics. There's also, I think there are some military jets that you can rent out there. Get a little bit of stick time in that, get an hour of stick time with an instructor in that. That might be kind of fun. And as an alternative, it sure seems to me somewhere there's some kind of simulator, or maybe even a couple of different simulators available for use. Don't remember for sure what they are. I've never seen them, but seems like that's the case. Reset. Let's see. We were talking about the weather here. I had 2 periods of snow today. Sometime between about noon and 1 o'clock, it snowed pretty hard. And then shortly after dark, maybe between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, it snowed pretty hard here. Fortunately, the ground was warm enough so that it all melted. But it was kind of pretty. Couldn't see it all that well after dark. But right now I'm showing 34 degrees here at the house. They say it's supposed to get colder tonight, and maybe some precip move through, so I'm not looking forward to waking up to a white December 26th tomorrow, but I'm not going to hold my breath. And Jim, you mentioned something relating to Jessica, and that kind of made my brain do some evil twist here. You said, beware of drinks that taste like candy. Well, usually my wife gets in a real good mood with chocolate, but I wonder what will happen if I try butterscotch, schnapps, and Baileys. So, maybe I'll report back on that next net, or maybe not. But anyway, back to you, Jim, and 7QO.
And 7QO, Jim, this is Whiskey Uniform 7 November in Northeast Bellevue. Well, thank you for that. Let's see, I'm going to pause for a moment here. We're roughly a little over halfway through our net, just to see if anybody else wants to check in, say hello, or join the net. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Anybody out there other than the regulars? Nothing new. So on WW7N, let me just say, Ron, your story was the scariest Christmas story I think I've ever heard. My goodness, I did some data analysis on basically what really terminates people's lives in the United States other than old age. And it really sneaks up on you. You combine water and alcohol in any way, in any place, in any setting, and suddenly the mortality goes way up. It's just absolutely positively scary. So I'm glad you and your friends got through that one okay, because it sounded like you needed adults who supervision, but that's true through many of the 1980s and 1990s, and I was an adult, and I think we needed adult supervision. So good for you on that. Well, let me just say one more time, that is a gorgeous view of Las Vegas. Thank you for sharing that with us tonight. That's something different. I really appreciate that. And remember, when you're in Las Vegas, the point is to lose your money and have fun doing it. So whether you do it in an airplane or whether you do it down in casinos, it's just whatever you enjoy the most. Because that's kind of like a voluntary tax you pay when you go to Las Vegas. So I'm very interested, though, if there's military jets. Oh my goodness, I wonder how much that would be. Because I remember sitting down with a fighter pilot about 3 years ago, who was a relative of somebody who just got out to lunch with us. And it was funny, the kind of aircraft I flew, we started doing fuel in gallons. And the kind of aircraft he flew, it was pounds. Like, how many X million pounds per hour or whatever the jet fighter burns. Those things, I guess that's what you pay for when you go really fast. So just 2 whirlpools in each tank and each wing. Well, let's see. Oh, Richard, I have 2 words for you when it comes to home repair like this. Duct tape. I put a piece of duct tape, I think it was 25 years ago, over actually a relative was helping me. We were going to glue the downstairs bathroom. And we kind of started off on this, and then some other things happened in his life and my life. And then, so all we did was we took a piece of tile off to kind of see what we were dealing with underneath. And, because these houses are just a million surprises a minute when you start digging into the walls. So we just wanted to take one little tile off and see what was there. And I put a piece of duct tape over that, saying, okay, well, we'll just, that'll do it for a week until we get started on this. Do I even have to tell you if the piece of duct tape is still there? Well, anyway, I'm probably going to have to redo bathrooms this spring. The upstairs one has some mold that needs to be addressed, and I'll take care of the bottom one, too. So I guess the duct tape will finally get taken care of. I'm just glad it lasts a long time. Okay, so let's whip it around back to the top. So Ron, KB7QKU, it's 8:37. Also, give me your thoughts here. You want to go to the top of the hour here? We got 2 people here. I'm going for that, but whatever you guys think. So Ron, take it away.
Okay, thank you, James. KD7QKU again. Well, when you guys were talking about airplanes, the most excitement that we probably had this morning when we were having brunch is that somebody gave my great-grandson, Cameron, the oldest boy, a little drone. It was a small one, but it was, of course, the battery was dead in it, so another grandson, I guess, not great-grandson, but grandson, helped him, and they charged it, they had it, stuck it in an outlet, and an adapter, figured out how to get it charged, and they were charging it. So the rest of us had kind of eaten, and we were talking, how it is, and I was getting sleepier and sleepier. And I hadn't had any coffee that morning. I went without coffee, and then I had coffee out there. But anyway, all of a sudden, Cameron, he had the controls, and he didn't know. Apparently, no one had read the directions to him or anything. He really didn't know how to fly it. But anyway, next thing I know, the thing lit up. It had, it was, like maybe blue on one end and green on the other end. And the little rotors were in circles, plastic circles, so you wouldn't get hit by the blade. And it was only, I would say, 6 inches or 8 inches square. Anyway, so he got the lights on. Everybody was kind of oohing all about the lights on. And then all of a sudden the thing taken off. And it circled the room. And then it went for the Christmas tree. And not everyone, but quite a few people jumped up and tried to grab it before it went to the Christmas tree. And it actually missed the Christmas tree. It went around the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree is kind of in the corner of the window. And then it got hung up in the curtains or whatever was there. And my daughter-in-law had to climb in behind the Christmas tree and retrieve it for her, but it was probably the most exciting moment of the breakfast. Watching her. I kind of woke up and all the screaming and hollering, and he didn't know how to fly it. He didn't know how to stop it. But anyway, it got stopped. I wish Lee was still here because last time I talked about dehumidifiers. So I had purchased one and put it in the bedroom to begin with and ran it for a couple of days. Got a couple of gallons of water. I mean, I think it holds a gallon and a half, and it fills up in about 4 or 5 hours, and you have to go dump the little bucket that's in it. It's not exactly a bucket, but that's what it amounts to. And then I moved it out to the living room and had it out there, running it out there, so I've been swapping it back and forth. So we don't have any more condensation on our windows. Okay, thank you. I get carried away. I was saying we don't have any more condensation or anything on the window, so I don't know. I have the humidity down to about 50. I don't know if you can get it any lower than that or not, but it was down from 70 or something. So pretty humid with all this rain around here. But anyway, the dehumidifier I think works fine, and it's quiet. It's rather quiet. So if anybody's having trouble, I would recommend a dehumidifier. Anyway, back to that, KD7.
87 QKU, this is WW7ATS. Thank you for that. Let's go next on the list to Jessica, KF7UHK.
KF7UHK, Penn and Teller. You saw a Penn and Teller show before there, I think you said, Bert, and I really like watching that Fool Us show where they have people come up and try to fool Penn and Teller with their magic. And it's always just fantastic. And then you go on Facebook and find these people who give away some of these secrets of how things are done, and you kind of go, oh really, is that all he did? And you just kind of feel like you got ripped off, But on the other hand, Penn and Teller are great. We went and saw David Copperfield down at Paramount Northwest a long time ago, and it was a whole lot of hoopla for a few good tricks, and then one real cheesy trick at the end, and I felt ripped off on that one. It pulled me out of my heart of fighting to go watch David Copperfield. But it was still a fun show. It was still fun. You still kind of walk away going, is that all we're gonna do? There's five pretty good magic tricks. One super fantastic one at the end of it that was kind of stupid, and a lot of hoopla between, with the backstory and all these things to lead up to the actual magic trick that they gotta tell you to fill up the time, So that's just what I think. Let's see, tequila? Yeah, the shutter, usually I just hate the smell of tequila, and so I'm not drinking it. To me, it's like fingernail polish from liver. It's 33 degrees in Everett here. I'm hoping for some snow, but yeah, it's nice and clear out there, but it's going to be icy. That's about it, I think. But as much rain we've had around here, it's going to be icy on the roads, I can only imagine. So that is about it I got from here. Our friend Eddie B stopped by. We made a meatloaf today for our Christmas dinner, and it's really delicious. So this is KF7UHK.
KF7UHK, WW7, Jessica, thank you very much for that. Next up is Bert, M7CS. Take it away, Bert.
Okay, so hello again, everybody. For the musician, David Copperfield, I saw him perform a couple years back, and it was okay, but it was nothing super special. So I never went back to see him do another show. Penn and Teller I've been to twice. They change up their show every couple of years. And then the two that we saw this week were Nathan Burton and Matt Kogo. They're not maybe as well-known names, but I think they're up-and-comers. But one of the quick tricks that one of them did today was when you entered the place to see the show, everyone was given a bingo card. So there was like a play-along part in it. So it's just like being on a cruise ship again, play bingo. But the cards were all different, mostly, but they were arranged in such a manner so that when he called to sing the bingo numbers, everybody in the audience all bingoed at the same time. So everyone just stood up and yelled bingo simultaneously until calling the last ball in the sequence. So that was pretty funny. But it shows you how easy they can win bingo cards. But anyway, that's probably enough about the magicians and bingo and stuff. So this is Bert in Las Vegas on Earth, 87 Talk Net.
N7CS WW7N. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, it does make you think about, I always kind of wonder about the slot machines because they're all networked now. And I know it's possible there, but anyway, I'm sure they're completely fair. So let's go up next to Richard, K7ITX. I think you're next up on the list. Take it away.
All right, yeah, a lot of great stories tonight. One thing I thought we probably want to at least mention, honorable mention goes to the James Webb Space Telescope launch today. It was very successful, and I didn't watch it live, sadly. It was just too early in the morning, but I did watch the YouTube replay, and especially I was really curious to see the last look of the telescope before it was a million miles away from Earth, so the last look was pretty cool. So I just got my fingers crossed that everything goes without a hitch, because oh my God, what we're going to get out of this with the infrared viewing is just going to be phenomenal, along with, I guess they have a lot of other sensors to be able to identify elements that Hubble can't identify. And so that'll tell a lot about our cosmos history. And then, I don't always like to mention air tragedy, but this one kind of caught my interest. There was one, I think, Wednesday last week, and it was an experimental kit plane. So I guess this plane had been kicking around. I don't think it had ever been flown. And the person who had it evidently had the finances to have a hangar for it at an airport. Maybe not that that's all that difficult, but he had it, but he was cautioned quite often because he'd been seen taxiing at speed as if he, is getting ready to, fly it, but he'd been warned frequently not to take it up, that people with a lot of experience kept referring to it had it in, the plane. It was real small looking, almost looked like a soapbox derby car, but with an engine and a propeller. And, and it looked really, neat and organized and clean, at least from the exterior. But I guess it had a problem with the CG. And the only thing, and Cunnington Jim might be able to clue me in what CG is. I'm going to guess that it refers to center of gravity. And then the other problem, center of gravity. And then the other thing that they were really worried about is they said that it appeared to be tail heavy. And so I guess a plane that's tail heavy, it'll take off. But all it can do is just keep going up, 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 up until it finally loses it can't fly anymore. It stalls out and it nosedive and crashes, and the guy died. But come to find out, the guy had no certification. He was not a licensed pilot. The plane had never been certified to any extent, so it was just a big mess as far as anything safe about what he was about to do. So it ended in, it's so horrible for his family. It looks like he has a really, he's a young guy with a big family. And now I'm really curious about the person who made the presentation on YouTube. He was pretty angry about the whole incident. He looked like he might be a contractor for the Federal Aviation Administration that actually bird dogs these incidents. And he said, I'm going to keep following you guys. You guys that are doing this, and that I'm watching right now, every time you guys have a horrible accident and die, I'm going to be there and I'm going to report it.
And he was serious. And now there's some other jet that, and I don't think that's all he concentrates on, but I thought it was pretty amazing that there are people that appear to, or at least they act like have authority, running around making these videos, scaring the wits out of pilots or would-be pilots. So anyway, just that it was all extremely interesting to me and very sad at the same time. With that, the W7M K7ITX, back to net control. Richard, K7ITX, this is James, W7N. Well, interesting. Let's go to the person probably knows more about than any of us. Jim, N7QO in Covington, take it away.
N7QO, thank you, Jim. Well, I think I missed where that was, and I missed, did you see it on YouTube? Yeah, okay, so I will see if I can find something like that on YouTube. Experimental aircraft, yeah, you can build your own airplane. Designing one yourself is a different matter. It does need to be certified by the FAA before you fly the thing, and someone will come to your house or hangar, wherever it happens to be, and inspect it to give it certain sign-off. It's interesting that someone said it was tail heavy. They must have known something about it. Maybe they put a smaller engine than would normally be expected, or maybe they moved like a battery from the engine compartment to the tail cone. There could be a variety of things, but it sounds like something went seriously wrong in building that thing. And then, of course, the fellow still needs a pilot's license. Some people just don't believe in rules. I don't know, that's too bad. The rules are intended to prevent people from killing each other, including ourselves. And, well, sounds like it didn't work out. And thanks for mentioning about the James Webb Telescope. I was going to say something about that. Yeah, I did not watch it live either, but I did record it. It was like 4:20 or something like that. I want to say it went off. I hit record between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. and it took off on schedule. I was thinking it might be a bit late, but it did it on schedule. Back to you, Jim, at 7QO.
WW7ATS, this is net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, WW7N. Thank you for that, Jim. Well, let's see. That's one of the great mysteries of aviation to me. If you've ever seen how they fly either in North Texas in the late 70s, early 80s, or Alaska a little later on, it always amazed me how overloaded an airplane could be as long as it was in balance. I just couldn't believe how they could get one great technique I saw for loading float planes in Alaska is they have, they want to put as much as, say, like a moose or something on the plane as possible. So they would just keep loading it until the float disappears underneath the water. And then they take a little bit off and the floats would come up a little bit. And, I thought they were kidding. This was like a new kidding thing. No, they actually were able to get that thing in the air. I guess, if a pencil rolled to the back of the plane, you'd be in trouble because, the balance would just be so critical for that. But that just amazed me. Well, let's see, we got 6 minutes left to the top of the hour. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, a historical event, Richard, you might be interested in this. There was a very famous, I think it was a Tupolev that went down in Russia. And it had just a very, very large number of very senior officers of the Russian military on board. And I guess I should call it the Soviet military. This was pre-breakup. And what they figured out was basically agreed because all the guys were from that area. I forget what the base is, the one that's in the very face of Japan. and they had done a really good job, so they'd flown the airplane to Moscow. So to get back, they were going to take the plane, but they had literally tons of goodies. They had all family members on board. This was like a big shopping trip to Moscow. But what they think, in addition to all, I mean, the aircraft was routine, I guess, overloaded, but what got them into a big rolls of printing paper for the newspaper that was published at the base, and that's what did them. They think that the big rolls of printing paper broke loose, so the aircraft got out of balance and just dragged the tail down. That's another example of how much you can overload an aircraft that will fly, but don't let it be out of balance. So we've got 5 minutes left. Let's go back to the top. Ron, KD7QKU, take it away.
Okay, thank you, James. KD7QKU here. Goes around quick when we have a smaller number of people. So I don't have a whole lot left to talk about, although I have seen some pictures of that telescope. And I guess the amazing thing was that it had to all fold up and fit into that rocket. And now that it's out in space, it has to unfold. And it was showing, I guess, I don't know how many things that they have to undo, but and fold out and everything. And if I'm not mistaken, it has a big reflector or something behind it. It has these gold-plated reflectors for the telescope. And I heard someone say, I think it was as big as a tennis court or something. One of the biggest telescopes, so much larger than the Hubble that's up there now. But anyway, I hope that everything unfolds according to plan and they get it operational, because like Richard said, we're probably going to see some fantastic things now. All right, I guess I'll turn it back to Ned and let someone with more exciting things to say. KD7QKU.
Well, thank you, Ron. Well, we'll have to track this story as it unfolds. Ouch. Okay, N7CS, Bert, take it away.
You mean Jessica? I think I'll take it then. I think it's somewhere I thought it said like 228 moving parts that all had to unfold and do things to put that thing into the correct orbit out there, a million miles out at the, I think, L2 position of orbiting our Earth, and that's just amazingly far. It's like 4 times as far as the moon or something like that. It's way out there. I just, if everything works, boy, it'd be so wonderful to see what it can capture. But yeah, so many moving parts to make that thing all unfold. I don't have anything else today in NVR, so this is Jessica KF7HK with a 783, so I'll give my call sign again, KF7. Oh wait, first of all, I want to say thank you to Richard and James for running this net and making this all possible. This is Jessica KF7HK.
Well, thank you, Jessica. Oops, I think I didn't believe that. I think I skipped you. But anyway, Bert got it. So, Bert, why don't you wrap it up for us? N7CS, we're right at the top of the hour.
Okay, ho, Merry Christmas to all, and to all good night. 73 from Las Vegas, this is N7CS, back tonight.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us from Las Vegas. My name is James, WW7ATS, Whiskey Uniform 7 Rubber. For the last hour, we have been the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'd like to thank the owners and operators of this repeater for letting us use it for our audio channel, and for all the amateur radio operators out there who give it to us for 2 hours a week. So, this is James. It is now 9 p.m. Pacific time. Anybody wants to join us, remember, we start about 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays. With that, I'll say Merry Christmas and good night.